Hi, hopefully this is a decent angle. So I wasn't feeling this when I woke up, but I'm feeling a bit of self-doubt, and also I'm going to turn this light off. Self-doubt. It's really funny because a lot of successful people carry this trait. A lot of people who most would consider well off experience this at times. And it's not funny, but it's funny. Like, before I started recording, I was just going back and forth with myself, and I was just like, have you heard your singing voice? Have you seen the things that you've done? And you have the nerve to go and question, am I good enough? Do I have what it takes? Can I do this? Bruh. Like, it can be very difficult to objectively look at yourself and to see what you're worth, quote unquote worth, because I mean, there's a whole lot of philosophy when it comes to intrinsic worth. Most likely, if you're watching this, you're a person who struggles with self-doubt. You're a person who struggles with seeing their own abilities and seeing them objectively. And truly, if you're one of these people, you are your biggest enemy. Like, of course, we can have external enemies. We can have people outside of ourselves who try to see our downfall. But at the end of the day, you are your biggest enemy. You are the person who is standing in your own way. And for some of us, that's going to be kind of a hard pill to swallow. But it's ultimately true. Like, yes, there are people outside of you. There are bosses, there are managers, there are family members, there are friends, there are spouses who ultimately may shut down your ideas and may make you feel discouraged. But we're saying that lightly. We're using our words carefully because they don't actually make you feel discouraged. You take the information that they give you and you choose to let that discourage you. And like, once again, some of us are going to have a hard time swallowing that because some of us don't like taking accountability for our self-doubt. We like to believe that, like, oh, well, I'm feeling regret because they didn't do this, or I didn't do this in that situation, or I'm feeling that was a bad example. Okay, self-doubt. So I took some time to like focus on the cooking because I was really focused on the message and like getting this message into the ether. And I feel like one of the reasons why self-doubt manifests is because things don't always work out in our favor. Things don't always work out in what we believe is our favor, you know? Sometimes we want certain things and it just doesn't work out. And then maybe something external comes along and tells us, you know, they affirm that belief, like, oh, we're not good enough. Oh, like, we don't have all that we have to do this. So, like, why not just stop while we're ahead and pretend like we didn't try to go for success? And it's unfortunate when this happens because, honestly, misdirections, mistakes are not what, you know, are what they seem on the surface. They're not failure. They're just a chance to navigate better. They're just a lesson. One thing that I'm trying to do, and I say trying, but I'm using that word lightly because I'm going to do it. I don't give a fuck, okay? I am working on these oracle cards. I reworked them a couple months ago. I started the idea. Well, maybe it was like a month ago or so. I don't know. Time has been really weird. Time is always weird for me, but this year specifically, it's just like, what is time? Like, what are we doing? But, yeah, no. These oracle cards. I really enjoy the idea of these oracle cards. And I also have a poetry book that I'm going to publish. I was talking to a self-publishing. I don't think I want to do self-publishing just because it's a lot of cost. It's a lot of money, which is not a huge problem. But at the same time, it is. Like, why am I paying you to do something that I don't even... You are capable of so much success. You are capable of all the abundance that your heart can desire. But there comes a point where you do have to be somewhat realistic. You can't just... I mean, you could. If that's your style, sure. Who am I to tell you how to live? But, like, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I don't claim to have all the answers. But self-doubt is such an insidious disease. Like, it really is disgusting. And it's worse than external doubt because it comes from within. And once again, you are your own biggest enemy. Like, no matter how you want to flip it, you are your own biggest enemy. And if you're the one who is filling your head with doubt, honey child, I don't know what to tell you other than, like, get that shit out of your head. Rework those thoughts. Rework those negative, toxic patterns in your mind. Yeah, and if there's anybody in your life who does not want you to succeed, if there's anybody that you peep in your life that is not joyous with your success, I'm sorry, but you need to get that shit out of your life. Or, like, stand up to them. Like, if it's somebody you really care about, like your brother or your uncle or whatever, you need to stand up for yourself. And that's easier said than done sometimes, but, like, comes from a place of fear. And the reason why that's so bad, the reason why that's so toxic is because then that limits you. Because then you're thinking, oh, well, I can't do that because then if I do that, I'm going to end up in that hole. And I don't want to end up in that hole, even though on the other side of that hole, it may be this or that. Like, I don't want to, and then it just becomes this thing of like, oh, I'm too scared to do that. I know that it could be prosperous, but I don't want to see it not be prosperous. So I'm just going to not. And that's so toxic because then that's how we don't advance. It's how we... if everyone was afraid to live, where would we be? We wouldn't have cars. I mean, I don't personally like cars. I mean, it's a nice way to get around, but, like, the fact that it's so mainstream, the fact that everyone just has a car is so annoying to me. Let me just tell you now, that is one way to block your blessings. If you are a jealous person, if you're an envious person, that is one way to block your own blessings. If you cannot look at somebody else and go, oh, cool, that's awesome, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. If you can't do that without thinking, oh, well, when is my turn? When am I going to get it? I've been asking for this for so long. When am I going to get it? If you can't do that, you're not going to get it, or it's going to take forever, and then when you do get it, you're not going to be able to appreciate it because you spent all this time being upset because it wasn't what this person had or what this person had, when really you need to focus on yourself. So, as I was editing, it's taken me so long to finish this, I think because of self-doubt, but these weren't the original cards that I was talking about, but I did finish some oracle cards, and they're very negative. I love the negative aspect because I feel like I don't see this at all. I don't ever see this. It's always positive things. It's always, you're always in my mind, and, like, I love you more than anything. I miss your lips, and I miss your... It's never, like, negative, which I feel like a lot of people it is, because, like, when you're dealing with love, there's always negative emotions. And I guess this part wasn't really necessary. I didn't have to talk about actual oracle cards, but I just wanted to point out that I did do it, and I feel like that's partially why I haven't been editing this video, also because there is another video that I'm editing, and it's super fucking long, but mostly because self-doubt. So, bye. Also, I hope it's not too late, but I guess I am supposed to be encouraging you guys to like, share, and comment, and subscribe. So, could you do that for me? Could you do that? Could you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you liked this video, if you enjoyed hearing my voice, if you enjoyed watching these nature edits? I would appreciate it very much. So, this is still a developing channel, so if you could help out, that'd be awesome. And thanks for watching. If you got this far, I appreciate that, at least. But I would appreciate a like even more. I would appreciate a subscribe even more. If we could get to like 50 subs by the end of this year, that'd be fucking awesome. That'd be fucking awesome. I do doubt that it's gonna happen, but let's let it let's make it happen. Okay, thanks, bye. Stay cool. Happy holidays. Also, I feel it kind of necessary to say that I'm probably going to be taking a more substantial break this time from uploading. Maybe it's not necessary to get into detail, but I just feel like my focus should be elsewhere. I'm still going to be brainstorming and plotting and, you know, editing things, but right now things are kind of weird, especially with the holidays and shit like that. So yeah, don't be surprised if you don't see me up here for a while. I'll probably still be on Twitter. Most likely I'll still be on Twitter, but stay blessed.